Hey y'all, Karen here with Ministry of Mini Goats. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification, like, comment, share. We've got some really interesting news coming up here in the next probably month. So stay with us and make sure you're watching what's going on, and when we share our big news, which will probably be the biggest news of our farm career. Yeah. So make sure that you're with us so you can know what's going on too. Alright guys, let's go see what we've gotten into. Okay, so I set up my little incubator 21, 22, 23 days ago. And I'll put this back right here. I'll put the big one on lockdown today. I set up my little incubator and I had a total of 12 eggs. Well, 2 of them went bad inside the incubator. They didn't bust or anything, but they started leaking, and it smelled like horrendous. So I went and I had to take all the eggs out, put them in a carton real quick, go wash it up, and put all my eggs back in. I guess when I did that, I screwed up the hatch. However, we did have one little person hatch. Check this little one out. Now, we're going to check this one based on what the lady said at Tractor Supply. This chick's only 2 days old, so we're going to hold him by his feet, and we're going to see if he flaps. Hang on, little buddy. Hang on. If what she said is right, we have a rooster. I'm sorry, little feller. I'm sorry. I just had to check. Let's check it one more time. Sounds like a rooster. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Are we friends? Are we friends? Yeah, this was the only little person that hatched. I think he come out of some of our chickens, which would make him what looks like maybe Brahma and Australorp mix. Maybe. I don't know. So we've got this little guy set up. Since it was just him, I was going to go put him over in the other, with the other chickens, our other baby chicks. But I just can't see putting one lone baby over there by himself. So let's check out his setup. Okay, so here's his setup for the next few days until my others hatch. We've got the warmer plate right here. Food, water. And there he is. I'm going to turn his plate on here in just a sec. Fixing to show him where the water is. Alright. So, let's move on to the big incubator. If you can hear anything over the little chick, I've cleaned out the incubator here. I'm going to go wash it out, and we may start another dozen of silky eggs or so. So, I checked all of them, and most of them stopped at the early embryonic stage. However, we've got this one on lockdown now, so everybody's out. I took the thermometer out so it don't mess up Dad's thermometer. You can see we've got our humidity going right here. We're on a high humidity. It's even coming over here a little bit, right up in here. And I think there's like close to 34 eggs in there, 33, something like that. So, don't know, we gotta wait 2 more days and we'll see what happens with these babies. Okay, so here's some of the stuff that I have told you guys. We're getting ready to winterize. We've moved our silkies over to their semi-permanent home. We're going to get them a bigger spread out, but it's not going to be this year. It'll probably be going into 2022. The babies we have moved over here. My incubators did not do well. Out of 2 incubators and over 40 eggs, or probably over 50 eggs, all I got was 3 chicks. So we're going to try that incubator stuff one more time. Aaron seems to think that maybe I was letting my eggs set out too long before I incubated them. So I've got some pretty fresh eggs. I'm going to set them up, and tonight I'm going to get them started back again. So maybe I'll have my starter flocks started, and by the time we get ready to sell them next year, they'll be, there's a bee, they'll be laying eggs. So that's some of the stuff that I have told you guys about. Some of the stuff that I have not told you about is the fact that back when we bought all of our little ducks, like many videos ago, when we bought our ducks, we bought them around Easter, and we bought them as a straight run. For those of you who aren't really farm affiliated, a straight run means you don't know what you're going to get, if you're going to get male or if you're going to get female. We had hatched out one. Well, I bought 10 ducks. I had 1 duck already from a first hatch, and then I had a second duck from another hatch. Both of those turned out to be male. And so pretty much out of the 12 that I have right now, 8 of them are males. I have 4 females out of all of that. I think I have 2 khakis and 2 pekins that are females. So the plan is, when it cools off a good little bit more, we're probably going to take the ducks, and they're going to go to freezer camp, as I have heard. And I love that fact. It makes it sound not so bad. Part of the whole reason why we're doing the farm anyways is to make ourselves more self-sustainable, to where if we need to, we can feed ourselves, we can feed our families. Now, the garden did not do well this year. We didn't know how it was going to do, being on new land that's never been planted before. It didn't do well. I mean, I got a few tomatoes. Most of them got blossom rot. Now, the cucumbers did really well. Even the watermelons didn't do good. I got a couple ears of corn. I got some purple whole peas. They did okay. The potatoes did not do well. The butter peas actually didn't do anything at all. They barely bloomed out, but I didn't get any beans off of them. So we won't really have anything out of our garden. Thankfully, my mom and dad do a garden every year, and we got a good bit of corn off of it. So we at least have corn put up. So I know we're not going to do that. And then our little peppers and stuff are going. I had thought about maybe during the springtime getting our starter seed started. My parents have so graciously given me a different plot of land where they normally plant their stuff. So that way next year going forward, it's right behind the house, and we'll be able to garden that spot, just change up a little bit to keep the ground kind of good and fertilized and whatnot. Carly, quit throwing at the chickens. Children. So yeah, we're going to do that right there going forth next year. I'm going to go ahead and get some of my stuff started in the house under some lights, or maybe in a greenhouse, money permitting. I mean, I don't know right now. But I know some of our starter flocks that we're going into probably next spring, if I have more roosters than I do hens, and generally you do. We're going to also have meat chickens that we're going to put up going into the spring of next year. So if we don't have anything else to eat, we should have duck and we should have chickens. I know some people eat goat. I'm not there. I mean, it's probably really good and really, but I'm not where I can do that. We've talked about money that comes off of the farm, if we can make a profit off of it, that we can go outside and buy our pork and our beef from other people who grow it, and then just have it sent and slaughtered and put in our freezer. We don't really have enough space to do cows and pigs, and quite honestly, with 2 young children, you don't really have a whole lot of room anyways to do all of that. So, going forward into 2022, I know we'll be looking at duck and we'll be looking at chickens. Once these ducks start laying, my ducks are not laying yet. Once they start laying, then we're going to go forward and I'm going to get some of those eggs and I'm going to hatch those up. But again, that'll probably be, I don't know, I mean, I might can do it this winter, but my only concern is getting into the winter. I didn't know what I was doing last year. I was the first time, you know, chicken tender. So we bought chickens in December. Normally this part of Tennessee gets very, very mild winters, and last year it got really, really cold. Well, it was the beginning of this year, beginning of 2021. It got really cold outside, and we had the chickens walking around on chicken wire, and you know, didn't think anything about it because we're not used to these kind of temperatures. So some of them we had to cull because they ended up losing toes, and you can't walk on just a leg without a toe, not being a chicken. Some of them survived because they only lost a toe or two, not all of their toes. So this is a learning curve for us as well, you know. I mean, I don't need criticism unless it's constructive, because I'm learning as I go. This was not a thing. I have not done this all of my life. I have not been around people who have done this all of my life. My dad, for the longest time when we were kids, had chickens, and I'm gonna admit it, I was a pretty lazy kid and didn't do a whole lot. So yeah, I didn't really have much of a learning experience when I was younger with my dad's chickens. Now, one time I did see how my dad killed chickens, and that was kind of freaky. I don't recommend watching someone wring a chicken's neck and pluck a chicken. That was scarring. I probably didn't eat chicken again for 3 years. But I mean, you can look at me and tell ain't nothing about this girl little. So I do like to eat. So yeah, that's just kind of, I wanted to, these bugs are bad. I wanted to kind of give you guys this one bug, just one little bug. I kind of wanted to let you guys know what some of the plans are going for the rest of the end of 2021 and going into 2022. I have some barrels right here that I got that we had originally intended on using for rainwater collection. That didn't work out so well. Actually, we bought a house that's already got water and electricity and stuff in it. So I'm going to take these barrels and I'm going to make a stand for them, and I'm going to set them up, and that's going to be, unless that don't work, again, I do appreciate constructive criticism. I'm either going to use these barrels as hay feeders for the wintertime for my goats, or I may have to get some pallets together and make a double pallet feeder. I don't really know yet, but we're going to work on some of this stuff, and we're going to see what all the winterizing plans are. I don't really know. We're going to put together a house, hopefully. I don't have to work next weekend or this upcoming weekend. We're going to try to get a house together for my dogs over there and my goats. We're actually going to try again this weekend. I didn't really feel well this past weekend, so we didn't do it. We're going to get Dean and bring him back over here. He's about a year old now. Not quite, but he's getting there. And so I may bring him over here and see, supervised of course, how he does with our chickens and ducks this time, and see if he's still trying to run them or if he's, you know, going to protect like he should. Well, while he's over there with the goats, he protects. I mean, I'll come out in the middle of the night and I'll hear, you know, ruff, 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 and I know it's him, and then you'll hear coyotes and you'll still hear him barking. So I'm hoping that maybe he's at the point where, you know, I need to protect. And we're going to leave Sandy, who is our Anatolian Akbash mix, we're going to leave her over there with our male goats. Just, well, she's loud. We're just going to put it like that. And Bandit's over there as well. So we're going to leave them two together. We also have to get, I have breeding time coming up for Millie. Not Millie. I have breeding time coming up for Lily. They were named too close together. I plan on breeding Lily in November, and I'm going to breed her to Gravy. So I need to get a separate breeding pen set up, so that way I've got somewhere for Biscuit to go, and I've got somewhere that I don't have to worry about which buck got my doe. So we're gonna do that here in the next couple of weekends as well. Hopefully it stays cool, because this heat is killing you, girl. So anyways, that's what we're looking at going forward, guys. Pray for us in this adventure of winterizing. This is our first year over here in our own pasture, and I'm not exactly sure how to go about the winterizing. I just know from last year's mistakes what to do, you know, some of what not to do going forward. So we're going to work on that. We're going to get this winterized. We're working on getting power over here, so maybe I can put some heaters in our water. So hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, it doesn't freeze up too bad this year. Because for those of you who have seen the old Farmer's Almanac, actually we hardly ever get snow, like I said, in this part of Tennessee, and they're actually calling for a very cold and snowy winter. So I don't know, we'll see. Keep praying with me, guys, because again, still new to all this, and we've got to figure this mess out, because I can't lose animals. If I lose animals, I'm losing food and I'm losing profit. So, and it's already not very profitable, because again, just getting started. So, all right, I love you guys. That's all for this video. I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Bye.